Welcome to the cleanup crew scenario for Cities Skylines Green Cities. In the last part we started building our kind of eco city north of the highway. We've kind of adjusted the highway a little bit. The traffic's flowing, and south of the highway, well, the city's okay. It's got a few problems with workers, and if I kind of show you the pollution here, guys, now. But the pollution here, it's actually moved north because building this area over here is already having an effect on this kind of generic industrial area here. So even that small area is having an effect, and if you come here you can actually see the trucks delivering. I suppose I can speed up a little bit. You can see we've reached a population of 17,000, and I say the trucks are coming in here quite effectively. And of course we've got our cable car here actually delivering people. See, it's only 32 a week, but it's not that brilliant. And we've now reached big city, and we've got the water treatment plant that's not as good, and a crematorium, floating garbage collector, and a cryopreservatory. And what I want, the first thing I really want to do is try this thing out. And I thought what I'm going to do is put one, what's it like? It's a floating garbage collector, lessens water pollution. A floating building must be placed on water. It says no pollution, 1,000 a week. Wow, it's expensive. What I'm going to do is put it there. And I don't know if it actually needs power. Well, it's working. And I just want to see how it cleans up that area, how efficient it is, how effective. Water's getting a bit low again, and electricity's fine. So I think what I'm going to do here is create another line here. I'm just going to put another one of these in. And if I can clean this water up, we can turn this pump back on again. And I think what I can do here is, I'm not sure which of these is less polluting, but purifies 85%, and this one doesn't actually give a percentage, it just says reduces. So I think if we try one of these, I mean, it will all be replaced eventually once I get access to how far forward I've got to go. Once we get to a capital city at 36,000, we will get this in place, and then we will clean this lake up completely. I mean, I could push out, I don't think I've got any more tiles, but we could push out and get a water supply from over here. That's another option. You can see here we've got demand for industrial coming up, and I think what I'm going to do is put some offices in here to try and suck up some of that industrial. Oh, and I've changed the radio as well, guys. So I've actually gone to Cities radio. It's for a bit of difference. These are soundtracks from different games. I think the one that's playing at the moment doesn't say. I thought just for something different. And I think it would go like that. And maybe a little bit of commercial on this side. So I don't want to put all my commercial over here in an exclusive sense. I mean, the test is to compare the two of them. So, and maybe we just come in like that. Just check the water. Yep. And I think what I will do is we'll bring a road out, like put a footbridge. So this across, down, and that will connect up that area there like that. Start driving this area here, and I think what we'll also do is have some more bit of high density here, just make sure the zoning's covering it. Yep. And what I actually did think is that I'm going to take that out for a moment, and off camera I also put this in here, which is my kind of recycling centre. Sorry, brain faded a bit there, guys. And what I do want to look at is this, where is it, high tech zone. There's more electricity generates 30% more tax revenue, while it's 50% less workers. And what I'm kind of thinking, guys, I don't know if these actually generate noise, so what I'm thinking is I could add this to the same zone, I think, as an experiment. Actually, is that already in there? Yeah, we've already got the IT cluster added into here. So what I'm actually thinking is
Dinosaurs. The only restaurant where the servers are dinosaurs. Our animatronics are so real, you'll think a T-Rex is serving you T-bone, a pterodactyl is serving you teriyaki, that a brontosaurus is serving you chili dogs. Every dish is an archaeological find, like our stegogetti, our raptor burger Rex.
And the other thing I want to try is put
brownies adventurously named the Dino Droppings. So, take a trip into the wild at Dinosaurus. You can dine in or dine-o.
And let's take that off there. What I want to do is put a little bit of this new high-tech offices in here. See what's actually.
Maybe I just wasn't paying attention. One time the street behind my house just disappeared. It was there one day, then gone the next.
And just put this across like that.
Nobody seemed to want to talk about it. Maybe it was too scary. Actually, if things can just disappear randomly, maybe I can disappear. That is scary.
Just fill this in like this. I just want to see the effect of this on the traffic. This is very much an experiment, guys.
Italian threading.
And
Peru is Italian for jean jacket.
And just want to check the. Yep, my metro line is doing very, very well.
Just because you don't have taste doesn't mean you shouldn't have pants. Pernu apparel. Clothes, but not quite.
And of course you can see the pollution here.
You're listening to Cities Radio, the best music from around the globe.
And just, maybe we'll come in like that. Just push this out a little bit further. Like that. And a little bit across here like this. And it's working, guys. It's working really well. And what I also want to do now is got that connection there. This mist seems to be a map for mist and other diversions. And I think what we're going to have is get some residential going along here. This. Let's check that. Yep, you're okay. And we've reached the Grand City. We've now got a solar panel, got the third loan. Not that I really need it. I think we've got plenty of cash coming in. We've got 23,000 a week. We've got a budget of 664,000, and the city's growing very, very quickly. I think and I do need to look to the public transport, and kind of got this here, and this is travelling this way. and I'm a bit inclined. Got this area here, and trams. Don't really want trams up here. I think what I'm going to do is put in another metro. Cross like this. And maybe and I think what we will do, I need to get under this. No, I think I'm just going to run a metro line from here round to here and back to there like that. I think we can hook up that there, that here, and what we will do is, oops, and I think we'll just run a single line backwards and forwards. It's here like this. And that would give me a loop round here like that. Give that, make that a white line. I think again we're just going to use a. Actually, let's put some health in. Probably need a crematorium over here anyway. And what have we got here? Medical depot. And maybe we'll put a. Yeah, that's connected that through. So of course we need to work on getting the health up. We're 83%. Because we need to fulfill that requirement. Let's check here again. I think maybe we will put a. Something there. Maybe we'll drop a crematorium in as well. How are we doing here? We don't have a crematorium over here. So maybe we. A crematorium there. Over here. It always pays to be very generous with the crematoriums. One, it actually reduces the traffic there, and good job. People are feeling much better. Let's keep it that way. You've gained 25,000. That means we've reached this deadline now. So we've only got to get to 75,000. This scenario is 1, and industry's building again. Let's just. And I'm kind of a bit inclined. I mean, got here with the resource. Got oil here, running off of there. Let's have a quick. I mean, I'd love to get to that oil, but I think what I'm gonna do is we got farming up here. So can we get up through here? Crusader Kings, oh. Crusader Kings, Viking metal. Okay, I thought it sounded familiar. Ah, bugger. Okay, let's. I want to get to there. A junction here. That can come out that way. Looks like we've got a rail line up here as well. Is that a rail line? Yep. Oh, that's cool. Okay, let's change tack again. Got a rail line up here. What have we got there? Oh, we've got some rocks. Okay. Right. New approach. cargo terminal train. So I put in just trying to think of the best way to do this. This is I think what we're going to do is come up. Wow, look at that demand. Okay, let's. We've got that area there. We've got this open here. Okay, let's buy this tile there. And that will let this grow out this way. Is that farming out here? Yeah, we've got farming out here. So, just going to pause, guys, because I want to put a clover leaf in about here. And we're going to put a clover leaf about here. In there like that. Click that up like that. I'm just going to zone up this area here. This area here like this, and we're going to bring this area in a bit like that. So we're going to make this into farming, Empire Heights. And what I'm thinking, guys, is we'll have a self-contained like industrial community with a little bit of commercial in here. And this is south of the highway, so yeah. Let's just get a bit of residential in. Okay, so it can grow. Again, I'm gonna suck up the surplus. Don't want to get too close to here. So we'll take up the surplus industrial with the offices for the moment. I can always adjust it later. And commercial, maybe where my commercial stroke in production area can grow. And I think maybe we can get in like that, and I think this start to push out here, and that would be the beginnings of a connection coming out there. And again, we'll just push this out this way, and maybe we'll get a little bit of a road out like that, come across like that, and just to be a little bit different. Just check the water supply. Water shortage here like that, and that should suck up that while I'm working on this area here. Roundabout or not? Should I put a roundabout in? Yep, I think I will, but I don't think we need a massive roundabout here. It never stops raining at the moment. I'm not sure what's causing that. I don't know if it's a feature of the map, but it just seems to rain all the time at the moment on this map. And, you know, like this. just going to fill in area here. And just drop this connection like this. Right, I've just had a pause, guys. My hand started to go to sleep. I'm not sure why, but right, I'm going to make this a little bit organic, but I'm not going to make it too curvy. I'm just going to get a fairly gentle curve in like this. And what I'll do is come out like that. And this. This can like this. And again like this. And maybe hello, we're on Europa Universalis now. Actually, that reminds me, guys. Somebody actually asked a comment and asked if I owned all the DLCs for Cities Skylines, and I actually do all the major ones. What I haven't got is some of the creator content, because some of it's a bit debatable whether it's worth buying. One or two of them. I'm not going to mention the specific ones. I'm going to leave it up to you guys to make up your mind. But what's just reminded me, and what the tie-in with Universal Universalis 4 and actually Hearts of Iron 4 as well, is the fact that one of the problems with Paradox games is they produce so many DLCs and updates that it gets quite expensive to actually keep up with them. And I've got Universalis 4, but I came quite late to the game. And to be honest, at the moment, I cannot afford to buy all the DLCs that have been issued for that game to get it up to date enough to actually play it properly. And I've had the same problem with Stellaris. I bought Stellaris, and because of the sheer number of updates and that's come out, I'm really struggling to keep my version of Stellaris up to date. In fact, I'm at least 2 DLCs behind, and so the only one at the moment, the only kind of 2 that I'm actually managing to keep up reasonably up to date, and even with Crusader Kings I've now dropped 1 behind as well, is actually City Skylines. And I think that's one of the downsides of Paradox games. I'm not complaining that much, it's just the way it is. And I don't think I actually need that. I think we need that in there, and of course we're going to need a fire station out here and a police station. And of course this is not going to have any employees.
Mornings with Jimmy and the Stallion, the only morning show featuring DJ Jimmy Fry
So, yep.
and a 4-year-old quarter horse named Clover.
So I think we've got that.
This is Jimmy Fry's coming to you from Studio
And I think
2.
maybe we will.
Looks like someone's horsing around. Okay.
Get this on
easy,
here.
boy.
They'll play your favorite hits, give out great prizes, and laugh their way through your commute. Jimmy and the Stallion. Stable
Jimmy.
entertainment only on Cities Radio.
And I think maybe we'll just push this out in blocks of 3 like this.
Hello, I'm Al at Cities
And what I'm
Radio.
kind of thinking,
I
guys,
wanted to thank you for taking a break from listening to all the other
Metro
sounds of the city.
or
You know, the honking, barking, yelling, and chirping, to listen to the true sounds of the city right here on Cities Radio. We'll be playing the best music from around the globe all afternoon. So stay where you are and don't go away.
We are the law. Accountant. The law accounting. I know what you're thinking. Are we lawyers? Are we accountants? Well, it's a complicated question.
I'm not sure if these are serious adverts or not, guys. I don't think they are.
An accountant. Is that us? Well,
Okay.
what do you think? Seems to me that there's
of the law accounting. But that's not legal advice. That's life advice. In fact, we're
Okay, let's
legally
put some
barred from providing
supply
legal
out here.
advice. The law accounting, officially unlicensed since 2005.
This is Cities Radio, home of
And
music.
so we got a bit of a power problem as well. So it's doubled down with. How's the power? Yep. I think what I will do is let's go geothermal. It produces noise, but not ordinary pollution. Okay, let's. Have a look at these geothermal plants. Yep. And I need to get a connection through here. And do I really want... Actually, there's people moving in, but there's a job shortage. Okay. So, I think what we're going to do for the moment is just make a connection like that. Well, I make up my mind what I want to do. I'm kind of a bit inclined to put a monorail in, sorry guys. But the problem with monorails is, if I can find them. Train, where's the monorail? There it is here. Trouble with these is they are incredibly noisy, and you don't really want a monorail kind of sat in the middle of going through your main industrial centres. Actually, what I could do is actually I think maybe what we do is let's have a little bit of pause this guys, because I'm going to break the power cables. I think if we have some... This is not a min-max city, by the way, guys. It's not... I'm not even trying to make this absolutely min-max. This is... I think we're just going to have some more conventional commercial here. And just check the water supply. Okay, let's put the tapping back on. Like that. And we will. Right, I think what we will do is I think we'll put a police and fire here. That will make that connection. We can take that out and need some garbage collection as well. Probably over here. So maybe we'll put a little bit of garbage over here. That, although that will probably affect that area there. And that can come that way. And connect the power. I think you come up like that. So let's unpause the game. And what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to run a monorail, but not a road-based monorail. Monorail bus hub monorail. Yeah. Rail station. And I think what we'll do is put a monorail there. And I think we'll have a... See the noise level, guys? I think we'll have a monorail there. And we'll have to bring a road out like here, across like that. This one. This is an inroad one. I don't really want that. And I think we're going to just bring that there. Actually, no. Let's that doesn't power as such. And we'll pick this up. I think we'll just put that there. And then what I'm going to do is pick this up with booger connected. I mean, personally, I think the noise level is probably a little bit too high for monorails. Okay, we're just going to have to pause because we're going to go through the power lines. And kind of, I think maybe I need another one over here. So let's come out like that and kind of take this off like this. And we'll put another connection there. That connect to there. So connect to there like that. Right. So we don't actually need these power cables now, so we're okay, we're good. And I think we will. Oh, so it says it's not connected. Okay, back to the come here, run all the way up to here and back. Like this, add stop, add connection. That will give us a monorail connection. So, enter. Okay, we're just gonna get up as we go along. Like that. Says there's no power. I think we can actually connect that in. Let's get a distinct building in. Got here Panda Sanctuary, noise pollution 50. Okay, wow, that's big. Okay, that's a bit bigger than I thought it was going to be. Zoo, a football stadium. Actually, that could be quite. Wow, some of these buildings are very, very big. And you've got a lot of noise. I don't want that. Got here media broadcast building and music club. I think these came from the concert DLC. I think maybe we'll just have a small park there. That should connect that one through, and that's all connected up. Right, let's sort out these power cables. Don't need these ones here. Come out like that. So this is not connected, so we'll put a small park like that. Maybe we'll put a park in like that. Make sure everyone's nice and healthy. And of course, no parks over here, so put in. Good infiller park are these small Japanese gardens. They really fill in because you can drop them on the edge of highways like this, and they kind of fill in really small gaps. So they're quite a nice infiller type. Maybe we can put one the opposite side as well, like that. just have a quick check of the health situation. Yep, we're still running 85%, which is coming up to halfway through the series. Okay, let's just keep the residential growing out this way, like this. Actually, maybe we can dezone this area here. Get this area growing, maybe it would come out. Put this on. And maybe I'll just put another footpath. This off. And we'll just click this up here. I don't want to connect these two areas together directly because obviously we want this area to grow and flourish. Actually working quite well actually. And just have a quick look at the situation. Yeah, water's getting low again. Let's have a look at the pollution. Well, is the pollution improving? I'm not sure actually, guys. So this side is cleaning up a little bit. Okay, let's have a quick look at our metro line. Monorail. I suppose monorail. Make that green. Carrying 100 passengers a week, backwards and forwards along here. That's not too bad. I think maybe we will. If I put a road out here and around like that, that will encourage people from round here to actually put that in there. And how am I doing it over here? Again, we've got commercial growing. Yeah, I think that's working. I think it's working really well actually. And you can see people here are actually growing. We've got a bit of a garbage problem over this side, but I'm not worrying too much at the moment. Actually, I think what I probably could do, drop a road in across like that. Actually, I think I'm gonna turn the web dynamic weather off actually, if I can find it. It's starting to irritate me, guys. That's better. I don't. The rain and that's very realistic and it's fun, but at the same time, it can be immensely irritating.
Last year, Horse Economy 3 smashed PC sales records and took the industry by storm. Now the hit Equine Economic Simulator has a new expansion that delves into the cutthroat world of real estate. Horse Economy 3.
Horse Economy 3? What on earth is Horse Economy 3?
Way from lowly horse to be the head of a major real estate empire? Can you spin your holdings into a billion-dollar conglomerate?
What is that?
Can you work your way under the fence and out of your pen and onto your life as a property mogul? Spreadsheets have never been hotter. Pre-order now and get a free horse hat. Horse Economy 3. Stable markets. Buy low, sell hay.
I'm just going to get some offices in here, and I think this is where I'm going to stop, guys. I think we've got the core of the city going. We've got a bit of a water problem over here, obviously.
So what do you do while you listen to Cities Radio? Drop me a line and let me know. In the meantime, let's play some more music.
I play City Skylines.
Hi, I'm Greg, owner and founder of Steel Frame Sports.
So I think this is where I'm going to wind up, guys. We're making progress. I'm not sure this is actually cleaning up. I suppose it's just going to take a long time. I mean, I could drop another one in. I mean, this doesn't seem to be making much of an impact. I mean, most of the impact is actually caused by that there. Maybe if I put another one in. Actually, we've got plenty of cash, so let's put one over here. Because there's a bit of flow here. So if that's actually creating a flow and that starts to work.
Check out our ad in the Weekly Nickel.
Right.
Tech cameras.
And
If you want the best, you have got to go big.
I think just to round this part off, guys, I'm going to
Our shutter's the loudest.
still haven't got access.
The longest. Cameras aren't paper.
Actually, let's.
They're tools. Tools used to create. In fact, the most valuable camera is the one that you're afraid to take outside. Vault Tech. Only the best.
Right, and I think what we will do. This is producing 160,000 a week. This is producing 60,000 a week. And I think what we will do is polish one of those. And I think we can get rid of another one as well. Actually, let's go for 3. And that actually might start to clean up the water. Actually, the flow seems to have changed. Wonder if the water is being drawn towards here. Actually, I've cut the power off from this as well. Okay, and we've got this flow's dropped again. So let's get a couple more of these in, and right, there's a final check. No, we can't buy another tile, and oh, we've got a dead zone there. Great. And this is where I'm going to leave it, guys. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. If you found it interested, the city's growing. We're up to 35,000, so we're halfway there to 75,000, or nearly halfway there. It's working after a fashion. This area's really starting to pick up from the point of view of driving my industry and production. You can see I've got massive amounts of demand for commercial and industrial again, and I think maybe I can put in a little bit there, but I'll get distracted again. This is where I'm going to stop, guys. I'm just not going to finish. So what I will do is a little bit of work off camera just to fill in some of the gaps and maybe deal with this demand. And as I say, we've got a little bit of residential here, but this is where I'm going to leave it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the episode, hope you found it interesting, and until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.